is Jenny, and today I have got the final layout for the month of October using some of the kits that I put together, collection kits that I put together for the month of October. I am also going to be highlighting for Tool Time Tuesday the use of a stapler. So I'm going to talk in a couple of minutes about this, but I want to get back to the papers for one sec. And I'm going to be using the Photo Play Autumn Day. So I have 3 sheets, full sheets of this paper. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these in strips. So for that reason, I did go through the scraps that I have. These are the 2 large scraps that I have for this, in my scraps for this, because I'm thinking something like that. It's going to be very photo heavy, and it's chronicling Thanksgiving from last year. So let me show you what else I'm going to bring in. I have these alpha stickers that I have not yet used, so hopefully I can incorporate some of those. There's a couple of sayings down here, and there's a multitude of different alphas and large and small. And then I have the element sticker sheet, which still has lots of stuff to be able to use. And I also have 3 of the cut apart sheets. These 2 are the same. This is a different one. So I can always bring some of this in. For my October collection, I had brought in these wood veneer right here. And I have not yet used them, I don't think, on any of the layouts. So I might try to give those a whirl. And I also, this is Celebrate Autumn by Echo Park. Some of the enamel dots. So I've made a couple of notes for myself because I do want to put some tags on this layout, and I want to use some flip flaps. So I'm just going to show you, like, these are all of the photos. So there's quite a number of them. I'm going to use all of these, but I'm going to use my flip flaps to be able to incorporate all of them. All right, so I'm going to set this off to the side, and I am going to be showcasing, this is a tiny attacher by Tim Holtz. Most of you probably have at least seen this tool. You may not have it. It's not a necessary item, but I want to show you a couple of the different things that I do, probably that you may or may not have seen or known about. I may have to do a little bit of digging. I thought it was in, I thought I might have it in here. These are the refills. Let me go and look for some things, and I will be right back. Okay, so as part of my layout, I am going to be using my tiny attacher in different ways. And so I had wanted to show you guys something before it escapes me again. And as I told you, this is the refill for the tiny attacher. These are staples for like a regular stapler. I don't seem to have one. It might have gone to my husband's office or something. I don't know. But these are refills for just a regular stapler. And if you can see, there are different colors. So this one, I don't remember where I got this. It's been in my stash for a really long time. But I love the look of the colored staples, particularly the gold. I have used that in the past. But they come in many different colors. But these, again, these fit the regular stapler. So I have those in my stash. And it really is, you don't need to go out and buy one of these. If you don't have it, this series is all about using the tools that we own. So if you don't have the tiny attacher, no, you can use your stapler. And I will show you how you can do this, sometimes even with some tricks with the regular stapler. The nice thing about this, it doesn't take up very much room. This holds quite a bit. But one of the things I wanted to show you is these are the staples for the tiny attacher. So they normally come like this, very similar to a regular stapler, right? One of the things I forget what I was working on, and I didn't want silver on my layout, and so I ended up just taking the tiny attacher staples and just coloring it. I can't remember now if I think I used a Sharpie. I think I had a gold Sharpie. I don't know if you can tell if it's even gold. It's like a very matte gold, which served my purpose. It was fine that it was that way. And so I will just use those and put those in whenever I want, touches of gold versus silver. But if you had a Sharpie for whatever color you wanted to use, you could do that as well. I'm going to demonstrate with this, but just because I don't have the regular stapler here, I'm just looking for looking for one of these mats. If you have a push pad, a mouse pad, anything will work really for what I'm going to show you. If you only have the regular staples, I'm going to show you, because this will actually work for that as well. These happen to be silver and green. All right, so just like a regular stapler, if you unhook it, pretend this is just, you're just opening the stapler up. Mine happens to be broken, it's fine. One of the ways that you could do this, most staplers will open like this part right here. This is where the staple comes out. It will open this way. One of the things that you can do is, without needing this bottom portion, if you open it up so that, pretend this is where the staple comes out, you can load your colored stapler or your regular stapler with the silver or any color that you have colored the staple. You push down onto your paper, and the push pad or the mouse pad or whatever pad you're using, as long as it's like some kind of foam material, it will attach itself. It'll make the holes onto the paper, which you can turn over your paper and push in the staples so that you can get a staple pretty much anywhere on your page. Not all, I've noticed that not all staplers have that ability to do that. So you just want to make sure that you have one of those if you want to try that technique. But I have been known to use that one as well. So I'm going to put this, because they were not where they're supposed to be. And if I'm ever looking for them, I'm never going to go and look where I actually found them. So I'm going to put them away for now, knowing that this is going to be something that I highlight in my process at some point. But for now, I'm just going to concentrate on just laying down the different pattern paper on my base, and then going ahead and working on the photos. And you'll see in the process, I think I kind of have an idea based on many different inspiration from, of course, Pinterest is where I love to get inspiration. So all right, so I will stop talking and I will be back. Okay guys, so here I am just showing you the papers that I selected, the order that I want them on each of the two sides of the layout, and I have gone ahead and just taken my trimmer and just measured out about 2 inches. That's why the peace sign or the two, my fingers went up. And this is what I found that was the easiest to be able to kind of help me identify the center. And now I've gone ahead and I have secured the top, wanting to make sure that all of the strips of paper laid down evenly without having to rip things up. That's how I normally do it. And I was like, what if I just adhere the top of them first and make sure they're positioned where they need to be before I run the full thing. So I did that with all of the strips that you see here and on the second page as well. So here I'm just showing you, I've adhered the kind of the base of the page down, and I'm trimming off any excess with that top strip, and the first page is good to go. So here I've advanced the layout a little bit. I've gone ahead, I've matted my photos, I've adhered, here's the flip flap. And I've gone ahead and secured all of the photos where I want them, but I have made sure to leave a gap at the top of all of them. And now these are the tags that I was talking about that I wanted to bring into this particular layout. And here I'm just going through, I'm like, maybe I can add some of these things to the layout. I'm going to pull the cut apart sheets, but I'm going to set these aside for a little bit. I have brought in some of the ribbons that you see off to my top right, and I'm going to be mostly working with them for this part of it. So here I'm just kind of showing you. I'm going to have to cut them, which is fine, but I just wanted to see whether or not these were, I went through all of my tags. I keep all of my tags pretty much together. And this collection didn't have any tags, so I just went into my stash and I pulled ribbons that I thought went with this collection. So I'm using up, for those of you who have been with me for a little bit, I'm using up some of these ribbons that were in my Dirty Little Secrets. For those of you who aren't familiar with Dirty Little Secrets, so I did a very short hop. I think it was over the summer, and I had some friends join me in sharing what our dirty little secrets are in our spaces. And so I went through mine. I'll try to make sure that I link it at the end if you're interested. And I went and purged basically from that that series or that hop that I did, and this is a result of it. So these are the things that I've kept and I'm trying to use up. So I've gone ahead and I ended up cutting that green ribbon way too long. So I ended up kind of folding it and then stapling it like you see me doing here with the brown polka dot. And then I just cut the fold where I did so that it makes it look like I used two pieces of the ribbon. So here I am, I've pretty much finished with the ribbons, and now when you use these, this is a really long string that came with this tag, whether you use crochet thread or twine. This is a cute little trick that I picked up along the way. It's a nice way to be able to anchor the twine or the rib or the crochet thread, if you will, without having to necessarily cut it or trim it. Instead, I just kind of do a little dozy-do and go and just staple it there. Here, I wanted the same look on the other side of the layout, and I just flipped. When I cut the bottom part of that brown polka dot tag, I noticed that it had like the same. It looked the same at the top, and so I'm just taking it when you put the ribbon on tags, the nice thing is that a lot of times you don't necessarily need or see the kind of the punched out circle in the middle of the tag. So I took full advantage of that with this one because you don't see it. And I'm gonna have basically the same looking tags on both sides of the layout. And they look different, right? They look with one has a craft in the background, the other one has like an off-white tag on the other side. It's not as if it's like a mirror image, it's close to, but not exactly the same. So here I've gone ahead, these are some of the um, fussy cutting that I did. And so some of them you will see, most of these that I'm laying down right now are not full pieces. So I'm using that to just kind of tuck here and there to give it a little bit more interest in some of the areas where I've already put some, I've layered some stickers, and I'm just putting some tucking some things in here for, like I said, for interest. So you will see some of these a little bit better in the close-ups, and but I'm using all of these like offcuts that aren't like full pieces first. I'm trying them out for size. Like there you go, that's a perfect one, and I will just tuck that one right underneath there, and it gives it a little bit more. Um, it anchors it for sure, and I just like the way they look like that. I do this when I can, when I fussy cut. I'm not the greatest at fussy cutting. I don't necessarily like it all that much, but when I do it, I like the results for the most part. So I'm just like I said, I'm not a very good fussy cutter. So here I'm just putting those pumpkins underneath um, that that sticker. I'm trying to read on the screen and I could just look at the layout. It says, remember this moment. And so now I think I'm gonna I'm heading back over to the give thanks. And I'm trying out the other pumpkins. I'm going one by one basically with the fussy cutting. I do think I end up liking that white pumpkin. I vaguely remember. I thought there were two though. Maybe it's just the white one. I do hope that you've enjoyed the October themed layouts that I've done this month. And I hope that I will have everybody listed in the description box who is participating with Tool Time Tuesday in the description box. So I encourage you to go and check out everyone's videos for this month. Everybody's take on it, right? And here's, I'm just taking the smallest pieces, the leaves, the hearts, off of the sticker sheet. And here you kind of see my finished page. Oh, it's a little crooked and I apologize for that. And here you see the flip flap. That's where I'm going to be doing my journaling. And here's some close-ups. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.